Developing right now, Minneapolis police are looking for a suspect as a man fights for his life after being shot in the head last night. Investigators say he was shot while inside of a car on 23rd Avenue North. One other adult and two kids were also in the car when the shots were fired. We're told no one else was hurt. So far, police have not arrested anyone. Well, today we know more about the death investigation that started Friday morning in Lakeville. A pregnant woman was killed and her brother is charged with murder. Police say Jack Ball and his sister Bethany Israel were having dinner Thursday night. Hours later, Bethany's mom called police when she hadn't heard from her. When police got to the home, they found that she had been killed. A tip led them to a home in Rosemount where they found Ball covered in blood. Cindy and Steve Bond have lived in that neighborhood for more than a decade, and they say they have never experienced anything like this.
It's been difficult being right across from this.
Because this is just something you never ever expect. So it's been real hard.
And according to court documents, Ball wrote in his journals that he was upset with his sister for getting pregnant. His next court appearance is scheduled for June 10th. Well, this afternoon, Cody Forencamp, the man convicted of shooting and killing North High School student athlete Deshaun Hill, is getting a new trial. That's after the Minnesota Court of Appeals overturned his conviction and his prison sentence. And you may remember the deadly incident from 2022. In this surveillance video, you can see Hill and Forencamp walking past each other. They accidentally brushed shoulders. Then Forencamp stops and turns toward Hill before 3 gunshots are heard in the video. Police say witnesses saw Forencamp running from the neighborhood after the shots were fired. And Cece, I know you've been digging into why this reversal happened. This broke yesterday in our show.
Right.
He was sentenced to 38 years.
Yeah.
How did we get here?
You know, this definitely came as a surprise to many, Alexis. Forencamp has been in prison since January of 2023 when a Hennepin County jury found him guilty of second-degree murder for that fatal shooting you saw. But Forencamp's legal team filed an appeal after his conviction. They say videotape statements he made to investigators were illegally obtained. The Court of Appeals ruled in Forencamp's favor, reversing his conviction and sending the matter back to district court for a retrial. Justices say Minneapolis investigators detained Forencamp and got statements from him after a Carleton County judge already ordered him to be released from detention in a separate matter. Here's what Forencamp's legal team had to say about the decision.
It's to deter police from taking someone into custody that shouldn't be, and then saying, well, there was a Miranda, so we can still get that evidence in.
Now, the state has 30 days to consider an appeal to the state Supreme Court. We're learning that Forencamp will stay in jail for now. But Hill's parents are, quote, outraged and distraught at the reversal. We'll hear more from Deshaun Hill's family attorney in about 30 minutes.
Well, Cece, thank you. And today, protesters on both sides gathered outside the courtroom where former President Donald Trump's fraud trial continues. It comes as the case is handed over to the jury. Today, the judge is giving instructions, and then the jurors will go over the testimony of 20 witnesses and hundreds of pieces of evidence. It all leads up to their decision on the 34 felony charges Trump faces. Well, today the U.S. is pausing a major route bringing aid to people in Gaza in hopes to repair a floating pier carrying the essentials. The Pentagon says the $320 million pier was damaged yesterday and over the weekend. Fixes could take more than a week, and then the structure will still need to be re-anchored. For now, officials say airdrops are still possible, but land crossings are bottlenecked.
It was never intended to supplant what you can do on the ground through trucks and getting those crossings open.
U.S. aid says thousands of tons of supplies are now waiting on the island of Cyprus. South Korean officials say North Korea is using trash balloons to dump filth all across the border. The South's military says it's detected more than 150 of these balloons as of this morning. The balloons contain everything from scraps of plastic and sheets of wet paper to what appears to be dirt. The North's Vice Minister of National Defense says this is a, quote, tit-for-tat action since the South allegedly scattered leaflets and other items into the North.
Hey, we want to make sure you know about a few closures in the Woodbury area here that's happening right now. They're actually happening right here along 94, 494, and then also up 694. Michelle Beck shows us where you need to be extra cautious and how to get around the road work.
Your evening commute could look differently if you're passing through Woodbury. Now until October, the 494 Tamarack Road interchange ramps will be closed. It's all part of the huge repavement project between Oakdale and the St. Croix River. For detours, you can take Tamarack to Weir Drive, then to Valley Creek Road before heading south on 494. If you're heading north, use Valley Creek Road, Bielenberg Drive, then Tamarack Road to bypass the closure. And even more detours cutting through Tamarack Road will start Friday night. We're talking about the Rams from westbound I-94 to northbound 694, then southbound 694 to westbound to I-94. In Woodbury, Michelle Beck, KARE 11 News.
Well, when it comes to travel, Minneapolis is expecting to see a bump in people coming to the area for Pride celebrations. The Twin Cities are among the top hotspots during Pride Month. According to Airbnb data, Minneapolis is one of the most popular booking cities for Gen Z. They also found that St. Paul is among the most popular for millennials. Pride Month kicks off this Saturday. The Twin Cities Pride Festival is June 29th and 30th.